You will not replace us.
People coming down the stairs.
You will not replace us.
Yo, what up? This RJ from the Juice. I'm here to talk about how I feel about racism today.
Basically, of course, I think it was a sad experience, and if it was here, well, it is kind of around today, but you know, I don't experience it as often as people might have experienced it back in the day, but I do recognize, you know, the looks that you might get in public or the small remarks that people might say towards you just because you look different, but our hearts are all the same.
I think it sucks. I think it's stupid.
Do you feel like, okay, you're in an interracial relationship, correct?
I am.
Do you guys get a lot of backlash for being interracial?
No, I think at times it gets awkward.
Give me a situation.
Like, I think sometimes, like, either, like, my family will say things or his family will say things about the opposite race that will make one of us uncomfortable, maybe. But we're just very strong in our relationship and our beliefs, so we don't let that, like, get to us, I guess.
Well, I just pretty much feel like you shouldn't judge somebody about how they look, period. It should be how they act, how they are, personality, period, point blank. That's it.
Alright, racism to me just, I call it love, you know what I'm saying? Like, they admire you, that's how I feel, you know what I mean? It's something about you that somebody hates, you know, because you look good. I feel like I look good as hell, and people hate me because I look good. And it's, you know, that's how I feel. You don't want me around your white girlfriend because I can take her. You know, that's how I feel. You know, say, damn nigger, yeah, I know, yeah, I know.
But if I could change something in it, I would. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I do have a kind heart, and it's like being racist nowadays, like, you can throw that out the window. I mean, come on now, like, today's century, like, who, you know, we need to be trying to better ourselves and our people and our community.
I don't really like racism. I can't really put it into words. I just don't like it. I don't like being in it. I don't like being around it. I don't like people who make people feel worse than nothing. I just don't like it.
Do you get judged for being, quote unquote, acting black?
A lot.
So what do you feel
Definitely from family.
So what do you feel like acting black is? What do you think that means?
Well, I don't know what acting black per se is. I know, like, my whole family calls me an inside out Oreo. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know what other people consider acting black. Like, I've never personally related to white people. I just haven't.
Why?
I don't know. I think it started at a young age because I was always built bigger. So I always was like, it started with my weight. Like, I always was thicker. So, like, white people didn't, I don't know, I was fat to them. I was never fat, but I was fat to them. I didn't fit in with them. And, like, so I always hung out with who I fit in with. And it was always just black people.
So what do you feel like goes through someone's mind that is racist? Like, what do you feel like?
Maybe, ew, she's dark, she stinks, or she's dark or black, she's dumb, you know, just very negative things or whatever they could say to hurt your feelings. They're thinking it if they don't say it out loud.
Yeah, let me tell you this story back in the day, yo. I was in school and I got into a fight because of this white boy. He kept calling me boy. He was like, he was just trying to be funny. He was just like, something, boy, yada, 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 boy. And I was just like, I told the teacher, I said, look, ma'am, I said, this boy over here keep calling me boy. And she was like, stop being so crazy, Reginald. He's calling you a boy because you're our boy. And she was black, so I'm just like, lady, like, this is different kind of boy. She calling me like a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, boy. And she didn't do nothing for me. So I told her, I said, yo, call me boy one more time, see what's gonna happen. So he did, and I punched him dead in his nose. Last time he ever said boy to me. Black.
Well, yesterday, for instance, I tried to get somebody to do something for me, like, you know, just had to ask him a question. I was just like, sir, and he like ran towards his car and hopped in the car. Like, dang, y'all look scary or something. I don't understand.
This one lady came in and, you know, I was being nice to her and I was like, how can I help you? You know, whatever. She was like, I'd rather speak to somebody else. I don't think you know what you're talking about. I was like, what? She was like, I don't think you believe. She was like, I don't think you know how to handle my account or something. But she's racist, and I'm like, and I questioned her, and I was like, why don't you think that? Like, why? She was like, I don't think you've been here long enough. To me, I mean, come on, I've been at my job for 2 years, knowing the lady for 2 years. So it's like an ongoing thing, but she's just racist.
I work at Starbucks at the airport, and I never thought it would be like, you know, that deep. Like, I've had people, you know, slide money on the counter to me and, you know, look at me funny or something like that. But I've never been like, okay, hey, how are you? I don't want you to take my order. Well, dang, I hope you have a good day. Like, what did I ever do to you? I want her to take my order. And I look over and she's white. Oh, okay, I get your drift. Like, but you wasted all that time. You could have.
So how do you feel about other races? Like, do you feel like you can be racist, or have you ever felt a certain type of way about another race?
No, I've never, you know, gotten in. I never felt that way about anyone. I usually open up to anybody, no matter how they look or, you know, any type of situation like that. So I've never said anything racist, even if, you know, it's expected for someone else to feel that way about me. I never felt that way about that person.
Black people cannot be racist. Cannot. They're oppressed. We can be prejudiced, but we can't be racist. You know what I'm saying?
What's the difference?
What, prejudice and racism? Well, racist, I feel like, okay, it was a race to start a new world, and the black people were the initial servants to help cultivate a new world. You know, we came over here and worked, didn't get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? We basically did it for free. You know what I'm saying? They was racing to build something so they can win. You know what I'm saying? People in Brazil speak Portuguese because the Portuguese came over there and did what they did. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that.
What experience have you, like, what situations have you been in to make you feel uncomfortable about your race? Like being a white woman in a black environment.
I mean, I never am uncomfortable. I think, like, I think the most uncomfortable I have ever been is when I got pregnant with my daughter, my first daughter. I remember a lot of people always asking, I was the first one in my family to have biracial children. And I remember a lot of people asking my grandparents, like, how they felt about mixed kids coming in the family, and asking my great-grandfather how he felt about black babies being in our family. And, like, that always bothered me. And I'm like, I don't really give a fuck what y'all think. Like, I just don't care.
Oh, stereotype? That's
Right.
stereotype. I mean, I'm not judging nobody off of what everybody else say or what he say or she say or nothing. I go off of how I feel about the person. Like, if I meet you and I get a certain feel about you, then that's how I'm going to treat you. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter about what you look like, how you, none of that stuff. It's all about how you carry yourself.
So being that you're a native of Durham, how do you feel about the events that are happening in Durham, like with the protesters and stuff like that?
I am honored that so many people are going to stand up, but I feel that I wouldn't do it because I'm scared of what might happen to me. I would love to be out there representing and standing up for what's right, but I don't want nothing to happen to me.
I feel like I don't think you should vandalize stuff, but I mean, I feel like they got the right idea as far as standing up for what you believe.
I didn't even know that was going on until like 2 days ago, or even yesterday, about the KKK situation going on. It was all over Facebook, so that's how I learned about it. And I couldn't believe it. Like, that is crazy.
I mean, I'm proud of it. I feel like, the monument was a constant reminder of slavery that they didn't like black people. Okay, that's just like, what's his name? Fucking Jews going to Hitler High School. You know what I mean? Like, that's a constant reminder that, y'all was oppressed. So take that shit down. We don't tolerate that shit. It's the new South, not the old. You feel me? I don't fuck around with that racist shit no more.
What she was saying is, I think when black folks may come in defense where it may seem like racism is they're so used to white folks always downing them, it becomes a defense mechanism for them where they're trying to defend themselves because they're tired of it. And so I don't want to say it's racism. It's just they're so tired of it. Like, it's just like, we're done. Like, and then white people look at it like, oh, well, you're racist too. Well, I'm not racist. I'm tired of you coming at me like that. So now I'm defending myself the same way that you're doing.